The Canadian Irumale. The Canadian Irumale could be entity. Batala come with the dirt of the heaven to create the land in Ife, and it start to spread out and all that. That's one side of this story. A lot of the time, stories are created so that human can have a good perception and a good, understanding of it. It's not to brainwash, you know, it's not to brainwash, but the main focus of our ancestors is the mountains, is the river, is the sky, is the ozone. Baba Furulo Rere Oka Yinyi is the ozone, whiteness of the cloud. Then when we start shooting chemicals in the air, to the extent that, the acid rain started falling and we can't grow plants, and our children can't breathe clean air, what are we doing? That's why our religion supersedes. Or, what you want to call it, religion, or you want to call it science or whatever, it supersedes. We must encourage that you do not pollute the river. I'm always sad when I notice that they dump things in the river. You see the river, you see all these plastic bags. You know what I mean? You don't see all of that here. You know what I mean? You see a plastic bag hanging on the side of the river or even at our beaches. Olokun. When we're speaking of Olokun and Yemaja, we're not speaking of just only Otalini Rumale. We're speaking about the sea, the humongous sea that Olodumare created. That was the rope that tied up the universe. That's Olokun. We pray to Olokun, we pray to Olosa. You see them doing Olokun festival. Yeah, they might have a story that in Ile-Ife, Olokun was one of the wife of Olofe and all that. It's just for the human to understand the magnitude and the perception of it. But when they wanted to worship Olokun, do you know where they go? They go to the ocean. They go to the sea. They want to worship Yemoja, they go to the ocean. All the rivers of the world flows into the ocean, and then that in turn flow into the sea. That's the way Olodumare created it. You do we find that Olokun Olagbaomi is part of the teachings of that of the Odu of Ifa that Olokun Olagbaomi is the senior. Olokun is the senior pool of water. Please don't limit the understanding only to the stories, of the human perception and the human aspect of it. You got to go beyond that because that's what I did. That's what I did. If I was going to limit my understanding to, but Allah brought the dirt and this and that and all that, if I'm going to limit my understanding to that, I will not be looking at the ozone as part of the creation of the creator. I will not be looking at the sky as part of the creation of the creator of the rivers, the sea, the oceans. I will not be looking at them in that form, in that way, the mountains, the volcanic eruption, volcano, Agaju, volcano, Shango, Lufino Bakoso, the thunder and the lightning, the thunder and the lightning that we don't know where it's coming from. How are you going to describe that? How else do you want to describe that? And if somebody loud, like the thunder, this guy is loud like the thunder. Oh, he's loud like Shango. Oh, Shango is loud like the thunder. You know what I mean? And then it became Shango Bako. So what's the big deal? What's wrong with that? Do I answer your question?
think I'll take one more question from Lai Oladipupo. Lai Oladipupo. You can go ahead and unmute your mic and ask your question.
Igbo in Oyo State. Bàbá Ogbato, ìbéèrè mi ni pé àṣẹ Èdùà. Ìbéèrè mi ni pé mo gẹ́gẹ́ bí èèmọ̀ àwọn onísáyẹ́ǹsì ní òde òní yìí tí wọ́n ń gbìyànjú láti kó ifá sí orí ẹ̀rọ ayélujára bí ajere, orí kọ̀ǹpútà, cell phone and so on and so forth. Mo ń ṣe iṣẹ́ ìwádìí kan lórí ifá lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Mo fẹ́ béèrè ṣé ẹ̀ṣẹ̀
come on.
Once you don't have 1 minute, you might make a mistake. Are you allowed to people?
Yes, mo ti parí ìbéèrè mi.
Kí ni ìbéèrè yín? Ẹ tún béèrè àgbọ̀yìn.
Mo ní of recent there's this attempt at inputting Ifa divination through computer and other electronic gadgets. But if the success of this, how valid will it be, given the fact that we have what we call Ashefa? Can Ashefa equally be achieved through computer? And if not, perhaps someone is learning Ifa divination through computer. I won't get to that level. How do we navigate it, sir?
Well, Ifa divination is not something that should only be learned on the computer or the internet. Our traditional way of learning Ifa, which is still the main medium, is to have an Oluwo. Your Oluwo cannot be Google. Your Oluwo cannot be Google and your Oluwo cannot be internet. You know, I was just telling you that Babawo, if I am a Buruba, I used to sit down while he reads people and do translation in New York for years. You have to sit in front of a teacher. We could do whatever we could do on the Ayélujára, but you have to keep in mind that the Catholic are not putting all their secrets in Ayélujára. Muslims are not putting all the secrets of their wisdom in Ayélujára. People must not be eager to, you know, they should not be eager to be, oh, I did this, I'm the one that did that. Oh, I put this on. When it comes to the sacred, because this is all we got left now. We have an organization going on now that's going to be monitoring the practice here in the United States called International Foundation for, we got Ifa Temple, then we got Ifa Council. You know what I mean? So that will be regulating, not there'll be a police, but just to put good information there for people to be aware of, and people that are members will get, they will be able to get a newsletter. But that's the fact of it. The fact of it is that we're not ready to put all our secrets in the Ayélujára. Sorry. You do the best that you can. Just show them a little bit, that's all. Put a little bit there. We're not competing with them. We don't have to compete with them, especially on this level. This is all we got left. I'm willing to just give it away like that. All right?
Yeah, I agree. I quite appreciate that, sir. Sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. So bàbá wa àwíṣe àgbáyé, bàbá wa Professor Wande Abimbola, ṣé wà ń bẹ̀? Ẹ bá wọn mute mic wọn.
Ṣé tí ń gbọ́ mi báyìí?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni bàbá tí ń gbọ́ yín.
Mo wà ń bí.
Ok, bàbá ẹ jẹ́ kí àwọn ọmọ yín gbóhùn yín, ẹ kí wọn kẹ bá wa bẹ́tò lọ.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Mo wà ń bí o.
Ok, all right.
Ẹni ó dún ẹkú wò ó. Ẹni ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ sì kú bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ìyà tó tó kèrè wá ẹkú àgbọ̀ wá wòran. Òkè púpọ̀ ilé yín ti ń kọ́ kà sí nǹkan kan. Ẹkú àtìgbà níbi tẹ́ ẹ rè lẹ́ẹ̀kan. Ṣé àràbà US ti sọ̀rọ̀ tán èmi lọ́kàn ni?
Ṣé bàbá yín ló kàn?
Mi ti àgbàgbé.
Bàbá kẹ pẹ́ fún wa o. Kẹ pẹ́ fún wa. Mo ní kẹ pẹ́ fún wa bàbá.
Àṣẹ wà.
Ọ̀rọ̀ wo ló wà lẹ́nu wa? Ọ̀rọ̀ wo ló wà lẹ́nu wa? Ọgbọ́n àtòyè tí a máa rí kọ́ lọ́dọ̀ yìí lèmi náà ṣe torí ẹ̀ mo ṣe jókòó.
Ọ̀rọ̀ wa ó kọ tó tiẹ̀ ń jẹ́ yìí ó kọ ńlá ni. Ló ní àjọba fún ológun dúdú tí lọ lè jàjànà nífẹ̀ẹ́. Orúkọ rẹ̀ wà nù wà. Ìfẹ́ nílé wà. Gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pátápátá nílé lóko lódò lẹ́yìn odi. Ìfẹ́ nílé wà. Wọ́n mọ̀ bóyá wọ́n tún ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́ nísìnyí. Ní ayé àtijọ́ dé ayé Adérẹ̀mí téèyàn bá lọ Ọ̀fẹ̀, àlejò tó bá ti dé Ifẹ̀ báyìí, tó bá kí wọn òun fẹ́ rí Ọọ̀ni ni tàbí òun fẹ́ rìn káàkiri Ilé Ifẹ̀ ni òun pè jókòó, wọ́n á lọ bu omi ahá kan tàbí kọ́ọ̀pù kan tí kò mú, tó bá ti mú tọkàn rẹ̀ balẹ̀ wọ́n pè welcome back home. Ìṣèbífẹ́ lé gbogbo èèyàn, ọmọ èèyàn pátápátá, gbogbo ọmọ ẹranko, gbogbo ohunkóhun tọ́lọ́run tó jẹ́dá Ọlọ́run nífẹ̀ẹ́ gbogbo ẹ̀ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Tí etí yín bá ń já gbogbo ará Ilé Ifẹ̀ pátá látòrí ọba tí dórí gbogbo àwọn ìṣòro àwọn àgbààgbà mẹ́fà Afẹ́yẹlú méjèèjì tí yín bá ń já lèmi mọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ yín. Ẹ ṣeun. Kí n tẹ́ wá fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ bá ṣé èdè Yorùbá lẹ fẹ́ kí n fi sọ̀rọ̀ ní àbí èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì?
Ẹ lè máa yí mọ́ra wọn bàbá. Òyìnbó Yorùbá.
Kí n tẹ́ fẹ́ kí n sọ̀rọ̀ lórí nǹkan jẹ́ lè sọ ní èdè Yorùbá.
So the universal wisdom, òye tó wà nù Ifá àti bó ṣe kọjá ọ̀rọ̀ nǹkan tí àwọn òyìnbó pè ní religion.
Ẹ ṣeun. Ìṣẹ́jú mélòó lẹ fẹ́ kí n fi sọ̀rọ̀ yìí? 45. Sọ̀rọ̀ lè mí. Mo lè mọ sọ̀rọ̀ lọ tí èdọ̀lá.
Ẹ lè lo 45 minutes sí 50 minutes.
Àdúpẹ́. Tẹ́ rí ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa tẹ́ ẹ bá ń gbọ́ tí mò ń sọ ẹ máa fi sọ́wọ́ òsì téèyàn fi jẹun. Tẹ́ rí tí a bá ń wá owó kọ.
Bàbá. Bàbá Gbọ́lá ń kí.
Agboola.
Bàbá àwùjọ àgbáyé aṣojú àwọn àgbáyé àwọn ìjọba Agboola ló gbà.
Mo gbà fún ọ ṣé o ẹ kú àmúlé lọ́wọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń lọ sílùú òkèèrè ẹ tún padà sí Èkó kódà ẹ máa lọ ẹ máa bọ̀ Òkó ò ní kéjò lọ́rùn agara ò ní dọ́lọ́wọ́n ọba ọ̀nà òdí mọ́ yín o ọ̀nà ìdí má láfẹ́rẹ́ báwa ṣe wí nífẹ̀ẹ́nu òdí mọ́ wa o mo gbà fún iṣẹ́ rí ifá tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí àánú ṣe mí àánú ọmọ Yorùbá ṣe mí tèmi náà sọ lọ́hùn jọ́ mi sì jí báyìí mọ́ ẹ sì bú ẹkún nítorí ọ̀rọ̀ fàyè láti bí 50 ọdún jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ mo ti ń káàkiri gbogbo èèyàn tó bá jẹ́ èèyàn pàtàkì nílẹ̀ Yorùbá lórí rédíò lórí tẹlifíṣàn gbogbo secondary school tí ń bẹ nígbà àwọn òun táyé fi wà ní gbogbo nǹkan tó rò níbi 1960s 1970s gbogbo colleges tí ń bẹ kò síbi tí lọ sọ̀rọ̀ nípa fáyì ẹ má jẹ́ kí kíní yìí ó parẹ́ tó bá jẹ́ pé agbá ifá mú tá dì mú gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tó sì tún kù rálẹ̀ tó kù rálẹ̀ ló kù nígbà àwọn àgbààgbà fi bẹ níbi 1960 1970 kọ́ á jẹ́ pé a lọ dá iléèwé kan lẹ̀ tó ìdíṣe náà tírú wa kẹ mọ́jà lọ mọ́ ikẹ́ ó gbà bá lọ tán lẹ́wà ń sunkún ẹ̀yẹ́ sunkún fún Awólọ́wọ̀ lọ́tí àtẹ́wọ̀ Awólọ́wọ̀ sí Liberty Stadium tí a ní kébì Ògúnwádé kí wọ́n á ṣògbérè rẹ̀ gbogbo àwọn tó jẹ́ mínísítà àwọn gọ́fúnà nu ẹgbẹ́ tó dálẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ Unity Party wọ́n dúró lẹ́yìn mi báyìí Liberty Stadium kún fẹ́ ya wọ́n á ní kí wọ́n á máa sọ̀rọ̀ ǹjẹ́ ń rí mi mọ́ báyìí.
ẹ̀yin dáàdì.
àwọn ọmọ kí ló tún yí sí yìí o.
ẹ jẹun ẹ má sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́mọ àṣẹ.
I have seen some strange. What are these?
I think they're showing Facebook on the. Yeah, they're sharing their screen. That's all.
Someone share screen. Sharing their screen.
Wọ́n mọ̀ dọ́rọ̀ wá méjì wọ́n dákun.
Ẹ tó bá share screen kó pa screen yẹn. Ẹ máa bọ̀rọ̀ ẹ lọ.
Ẹ wo Ọlọ́run ló ní tètè kó lé ọfẹ́ tó wákàtí kan tí ìrọ́nà wọ Liberty Stadium èèyàn tí ń bẹ nínú Liberty Stadium kò tó dájì èèyàn tó wà ń ta tí ń sunkún tí ń gbé fọ́tò Awólọ́wọ̀ lọ báyìí olóore mi ò olóore ọmọ mi ò kíni tí ń ké tí ń sunkún ẹ má jà káwa náà lọ tán kẹ́ tó mọ yí wá ẹ wò ó ọ̀rọ̀ fáyì ni kókó ní tá a bá ń wá owó kọ pé dípò ká sọ pé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àwọn èèyàn sọ pé àmọ̀túmọ̀ Yorùbá yẹn gan-an bọ́yá àwọn kan ní ń pè wá bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o orúkọ míì tá a bá máa jẹ́ ní Ifá kò sí nǹkan kan míì Ifá sẹ́rí onífá lọ́tẹ̀lé àdó Ifá lọ́tẹ̀ ìlú Òṣogbo Ifá lọ́tẹ̀lé Ẹdẹ Ifá tẹ̀wéré lé o Ifá lọ́tẹ̀ Ìjẹ̀bú Òde à ń ṣèlú tẹ́ múrun tẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ á gbọ́ jọ ẹ ti ń kírun jọ ẹ ti ń lọ ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì ìlú tẹ́ fi tẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ á gbọ́ tó yẹ pé a bá múra sí Ifá yìí ní ṣe rí orílẹ̀-èdè wa gbogbo ilé ayé ìpátá àti ìbò àtàgànyìn gbogbo ẹnikẹ́ni tí mẹ láyé lè bá máa wá sí ṣe ìrìn àjò mímọ́ sí Ilé Ifẹ̀ gbẹbẹ gbogbo ayé ti wá adìẹ funfun wà mọ́ra rẹ̀ lágbà mọ́ àyà wá pàdídà wà nílé ajá ìṣúró ọpàdídà ò lájá bó ti sọ tó kò ní sú wa kò ní rẹ̀ wá àwọn sọ̀wọ́n tá a bá lè sọ á sì wọ́n tá a bá lè ṣe ṣe rí Ifá is the greatest gift of the people of West Africa to the world. Let us begin from an understanding of how vast Ifá is. There are 256 Udu. Abẹ́ẹ̀kọ́.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni bàbá.
Ọ̀tàlélúgba ó dín mẹ́rin. Ká pé àwọn odù ní bí ìwé kọ̀ọ̀kan. Ìwé kọ̀ọ̀kan tá a wí yìí ẹni wípé tá a bá pé èjì ogbè ìwé kan ni. N ò fi bú ẹsẹ̀ ẹnìkankan kú ó mo kàn fi ṣàfiwé ni ó. Ṣe rí ìwé Bíbélì tí a ń kà ní ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì a wà rí bíi 10 tàbógún rẹ̀ nínú odù ẹyọ kan lọ́nà 256 àti ìrírú ẹ̀ rí tí Ọlọ́run gbélé wa lọ́wọ́ tá a mọ̀ túmọ̀ ẹ̀ àwa ń ṣe kàntankàntan kí kò sí tí ń bẹ nú wa láyé yìí tí Fáò ti sọ̀rọ̀ débẹ̀ nípa agi nípa ẹyẹ nípa òkè nípa omi nípa odò nípa oríṣiríṣiríṣi èèyàn tí ń bẹ láyé àmọ́ bó ṣe jẹ́ o kò síbi tí Fáò dé láyé nígbà tí mo kọ́ lọ sí Canada bí 30 ọdún sẹ́yìn ẹnìkan sọ fún mi pé tó yẹ pé àwọn kan fẹ́ lọ sí ibì kan ní Canada tí ó jẹ́ pé ilẹ̀ mọ́ níbẹ̀ òkun gba díẹ̀ láàrin àkókò kan ni ó kàn rí oòrùn fírífírí gbogbo Ifá sọ̀rọ̀ pa ẹ̀ ní ọ̀bàrà méjì ó ní tètè ń bá lé àtàrí pọ̀nà ni mo dé tí mo gbóhùn dùrù igbó rere ni mo dé tí mo gbóhùn alágogo bẹ́ẹ̀ lóhùn agogo kò jóhùn tààjà bẹ́ẹ̀ lóhùn agogo kò jóhùn dùrù èmi rìnà títí mo bẹ́ni wéṣewèṣe wọ́n ń dífá èmi rìnà títí mo béèyàn wéṣewèṣe wọ́n ń dìbò òrò rẹ lọ fa ìgùn òrò rẹ lọ fa ìtẹ̀ òrò rẹ ọba wọn kó wé èsè lẹ́gbẹ́ awo ké ékeré òrò rẹ wọn ọlágbà bí wọ́n bá jí wọn a kó wéṣe wọn a sì kó wéṣe lẹ́gbẹ́ awo wọn a sì kó wéṣe pẹ̀lú Ọ̀rúnmìlà ní ká lọ pé lápẹtún ibi tán wá ká ké sí àwọn òkùnkùn bíríkùn bí tí mo lọnu Ifá ní òun débì kan he arrived in one place and he found it was in this place where it is always dark. There's no sunlight in that place. nínú ọ̀bàrà méjì táwọn wí náà tá a máa fi ṣòro ọ̀bàrà méjì jẹ́ ọ̀kan ní odù tá a máa fi ṣòro jù ó sọ̀rọ̀ débi pé àwọn wéṣewéṣe ò ń bá wọn ń dífá àwọn èèyàn wéṣewéṣe ò ń bá wọn ń dìbò èyí pé àwọn tí wọ́n pè ní pygmy tí wọn ò jù kéékèèké lọ báyìí bí ẹlòmíràn tó ju ẹtọ ẹsẹ̀ bàtà mẹ́rin ìfàdébẹ̀ ó débi tílẹ̀ tí táì tí rọrùn ìfàdébẹ̀ ó dé ilé ìwọ̀nràn níbi tí ojúmọ́ tí máa wá tí jẹ́ Australia ó dé ìlú gbẹ̀ndùgbẹ̀ndù tẹ̀yìn ìwọ̀nràn níbo ni ifá òde tán láyé yìí sẹ́rí tí mo lè ẹjẹ́ sọ lédè bò kó lè yé àwọn tí wọ́n gbọ́ Yorùbá. What I can say about Ifá is that there must have been an ancient university in Ile-Ife long time ago. And at that time, it was possible for the people of Ife to travel to Australasia, to travel to the North Pole, to travel right around the whole world. When we salute Ifa in the morning every day till today, we say, Mo kí ọ ní ìkọ̀ àwúsí. North and South America is ìkọ̀ àwúsí. Mo kí ọ ní ìdòròmù àwúsẹ̀. Africa wà ní ìdòròmù àwúsẹ̀. Mo kí ọ ní mèrè tẹ́lú. Europe ẹni mèrè tẹ́lú wọ́n sì mọ tí a bá pé mo kí ọ ní ìkọ̀ àwúsí wọ́n na ọwọ́ òsì báyìí síbi ìwọ̀ oòrùn. They will point to the ground, that is to say where we are. That's Africa. Then they point their right hand up like this to let you know they are talking of Europe. Mesin Akaruba. That is Middle East. Mo wá kí ọ ní ìwọ̀nràn níbi ojúmọ́ tí máa wá àwọn èèyàn tí ò yé wọ́n ṣe bí Ifẹ̀ ni wọ́n pè ní ìwọ̀nràn bí ojúmọ́ tí máa wá rárá Ifẹ̀ kọ́ Australasia ni. Ẹ̀tọ́ bá jẹ́ Ifẹ̀ sí ará Èkìtì yóò wá sọ pé nífẹ̀ ni ojúmọ́ tí máa wá sọ́dọ̀ òun àbára Ọ̀wọ̀ Australasia ní jẹ́ ìwọ̀nràn gbogbo ẹni fati lọ tó ti káàkiri tí fàdógún tí Ọlọ́run dógún fún àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá yìí ti tóbi ju ká gbé sọnù lọ. Ẹ̀yin tí èdè yé ni mo sọ bá sọ̀rọ̀ o. Those people who never maybe don't have the wherewithal to understand what we are talking about, well, we can't blame them. But those of us who count ourselves as intelligentsia, who are still saying, Ifa is nothing. Some people will say it's not a religion. What is it if it is not a religion? Now, Ile-Ife was an ancient place where people came from all over the entire world. Because it's so long, it predated Egypt. That's why we are forgotten. That's why we have forgotten. And the propaganda of Christianity and Islam seems to have warped our thinking. Ifa is the greatest gift of the peoples of West Africa to the world. There's hardly any ethnic group of West Africa who does not know Ifa in one form or the other. The Igbos have it, they call it Ifa. The Edos have it, the Fon, the Ewe, the Gan of Ghana, who you call Agan, they call themselves Gan. All over West Africa. We need, if you are a true intelligentsia, either of the military, of the police, of business, not to talk of academia. I invite all of you, don't let us uphold this special gift that our ancestors have given us and which they have shared with the rest of the world. Ifa, maybe at that time there was a way of travel through the oceans or through, I don't know how. He traveled all over the world. He was in places where they hardly would see any sun. He was in the Congo, where the pygmies live. All is enshrined. It's just one verse of Baramiji talks about all that. Ifa talks about oceans. For Ifa, there is only one ocean. But for sailors, they need to demarcate. That's why you have Atlantic, so they can signal or for themselves to know that we are in this is Atlantic. When they are in Pacific, this is Pacific. When they are, but it's the same body of water governed by Olokun, Sede Ade, Agbodo Joba, Ajifiluki. It's the same body of water.